Imagine a world where the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man never swung into action. No webs flying, no dramatic swinging between skyscrapers, and definitely no mid-air selfies. But what if Peter Parker never got that life-changing spider bite? What if the closest he got to heroism was winning the high school science fair? Today, we're going to explore what might happen if Spider-Man was never born. And let me warn you, the Marvel Universe would look a lot messier and way less webbed up. Without Spider-Man watching over the streets, New York City would become, well, a little too exciting. Think of the chaos when the Green Goblin decides to crash a Times Square Thanksgiving parade without anyone around to web his pumpkin bombs back at him. Without Spidey, villains like the Green Goblin and Venom wouldn't just take the city by storm. They'd practically host a villain parade. It'd be a criminal's paradise. We'd see J. Jonah Jameson, editor of the Daily Bugle, scrambling to find someone else to blame for the chaos. "Where's my web-slinging menace?" he'd ask, probably while clutching his coffee and sighing over how boring newspapers are without Spider-Man to trash. Of course, other heroes would step up. Imagine Daredevil taking on double duty, trying to keep Hell's Kitchen safe while covering for Spidey in Queens. Sure, he's got the skills, but keeping up with New York's entire villain roster without Spider-Man? It'd be like trying to mop up a flood with a toothbrush. Iron Man might even turn up in the skies of New York more often, though he'd probably get bored with street-level crime and keep asking, wait, where's the alien invasion? And the Avengers? Well, they'd still get together, but they'd be missing Spider-Man's witty commentary and awkward jokes at team meetings. It's a tough crowd without Peter Parker cracking up over Tony's latest suit upgrade. And then we have the villains themselves. You know what they say, with great power comes a great party if Spider-Man's not there to stop you. Villains like Venom and the Green Goblin would find themselves practically spoiled by the lack of opposition. They'd probably start getting a little too comfortable. Without Spider-Man swinging in at the last minute, they might even begin networking. Maybe form their own little villain union. Can't you just picture the Sinister Six sending out a newsletter? This week's heist, bring your own explosives. A full-on villain invasion would be on the horizon, turning New York City into their personal playground. It'd be like Halloween for bad guys all year round. Now, let's talk about Peter Parker's life without the whole Spider-Man gig. Peter, our humble sweater-wearing nerd, might actually live a less complicated life. No sneaking out to save the city on school nights, no laundry filled with web residue, and no constant bruises to hide from Aunt May. He'd probably be a straight-A student, maybe even join the debate team. Imagine Peter Parker debating Tony Stark over science ethics. His relationships with Mary Jane or Gwen Stacy would probably be, well, more normal. No running out mid-date to save the city. But without the responsibility of being a hero, would Peter ever really learn the same life lessons? He might become a scientist or a professor, but without the push to become Spider-Man, his story might feel a little less amazing. Let's face it, his story might just become Peter Parker, that one really nice guy who pays his taxes. Now, the Marvel Universe as a whole would also feel the sting. Without Spider-Man's unique mix of genius, awkwardness, and genuine bravery, things might play out a bit differently. Think about Civil War. Spider-Man revealing his identity was a game-changing moment, and without him, the story loses some of its emotional impact. Tony Stark wouldn't have his protege, someone to pass the mantle to, and the Avengers would lose a young voice in their world of veterans. Crossovers between street-level heroes like Daredevil and the bigger names might happen less, leaving New York's heroes a little more divided. In this world without Spider-Man, we'd see both light and shadow. Other heroes would try to fill the gap, and villains would seize every opportunity they got. But Spider-Man's absence would create a void that's hard to fill. So, would the Marvel Universe be better off without him? Or would it become a darker, lonelier place without our beloved web-slinger? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this what-if scenario, don't forget to like and subscribe for more crazy explorations into the Marvel Universe. Who knows? Next time, we might dive into a world where Thor couldn't lift his hammer, or where Captain America got lost on his way back from the ice. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep believing, and watch out for radioactive spiders.